Let me ask you something. Why do some riders go years without a crash, while others keep having close calls? Same roads, same traffic, sometimes even the same bike. So what's the difference? It's not luck, it's not talent, and it's definitely not riding fast. It's habits. Small things done every single ride. Quiet decisions. Tiny adjustments that most people never notice. I'm Matthew from Autozium, and today we're breaking down how good riders avoid crashes. 10 habits they practice every time they ride. And pay attention to habit number 4, because that one alone has prevented more intersection crashes than most riders realize. Let's get into it. Habit number 1. Good riders assume they are invisible. This doesn't mean they ride scared. It doesn't mean they expect every car to hit them. It means they don't rely on being seen. Here's what most new or average riders do. They look at a driver at an intersection. They see the driver look back. They think, okay, they see me. And they continue. But eye contact does not equal awareness. Drivers are distracted. Drivers are tired. Drivers look through motorcycles all the time. Good riders understand this. So instead of trusting eye contact, they trust positioning. They ask, if this car pulls out right now, where do I go? They don't just ride in the center of the lane because it feels normal. They adjust slightly left or right to increase visibility. They don't sit in blind spots and hope for the best. They either drop back or move forward. They don't assume a turn signal means a turn. They wait for movement. This one mindset changes everything. When you stop expecting to be seen, you start riding differently. You cover your brakes sooner. You roll off the throttle earlier. You scan deeper. And here's the key point. Assuming you're invisible doesn't make you nervous. It makes you ready. There's a big difference. Nervous riders freeze. Prepared riders adjust. That shift alone removes a huge number of close calls at intersections. Now let's move to habit number 2. Good riders leave space everywhere, not just in front, behind, to the sides. Space gives time, and time gives options. Most crashes happen because options disappear. Think about traffic for a moment. When you ride too close behind a car, what happens if it slams on the brakes? You have one option: brake hard. When you leave extra space, you have more. You can brake smoothly, you can swerve, you can adjust without panic. Good riders are not in a rush to close gaps. They don't treat traffic like a competition. They understand something simple. Arriving 2 seconds earlier is never worth losing your options. Now, here's something most riders don't think about. Space behind you matters too. At stoplights, good riders don't stop directly behind the bumper in front of them. They leave a buffer. Why? Because if the car behind them doesn't stop in time, they have room to move forward. They stay in gear. They watch their mirrors. They give themselves an exit. That's not paranoia. That's preparation. And when you ride with space around you, something interesting happens. You feel calmer. You're not boxed in. You're not reacting instantly to every brake light. You're not forced into sudden decisions. That calm feeling is not luck. It's created. Now let's talk about habit number 3. Good riders slow down early. Not at the last second, before corners, before intersections, before heavy traffic. Early braking keeps things smooth. Late braking creates stress. Picture this. You approach a corner slightly too fast. You realize it late. Now you're braking hard while leaning. Your body tightens. Your vision narrows. The bike feels unstable. Now compare that to slowing down before the corner. You enter at a comfortable speed. You roll through smoothly. You exit relaxed. Same corner. Different outcome. Good riders understand that speed control is not about going slow. It's about removing urgency. When you remove urgency, your brain stays clear. Intersections are another big one. Many riders maintain speed until the last moment. Good riders roll off early. They cover the brake. They look at cross traffic. They reduce speed before it's needed. If nothing happens, they continue smoothly. If something does happen, they're already prepared. This habit prevents panic braking, and panic braking is where many riders lose control. Now, here's something subtle. Slowing early also sends a message to other drivers. It shows intention. It reduces surprise. Smooth riders are predictable riders, and predictable riders are safer riders. Now pay close attention to this next habit. Habit number 4. They watch wheels, not faces. This one changes intersection riding completely. At intersections, most riders look at drivers. They try to read facial expressions. They look for eye contact. But faces can lie. Wheels don't. If a car's front wheels start to roll, even slightly, that car is moving, and that tiny movement gives you extra reaction time. Sometimes just half a second, but half a second is everything on a motorcycle. Here's why this works so well. Drivers often creep forward slowly before committing to a turn. Their body language may look calm, but the wheels tell the truth. Good riders train their eyes to drop slightly lower. They scan wheels at side streets. They check tire movement in parking lots. They watch for angled wheels at intersections. This becomes automatic over time. They don't think about it deeply. They just see it. And once you start watching wheels, you'll notice something. You feel less surprised because movement doesn't shock you anymore. You see it beginning. That early detection removes a huge number of intersection close calls. Now we move to habit number 5. Good riders stay slightly offset at stoplights, not directly behind cars, not centered on the bumper ahead. Offset, left tire track or right tire track. Why does this matter? Because if something goes wrong, you have a path. If the car ahead stalls and rolls back, you're not trapped. If the car behind doesn't stop in time, you can move forward and around. If traffic suddenly shifts, you have space to react. Most riders stop directly in line with the car ahead. It feels normal. It feels neat. But it removes options. Offset positioning creates visibility too. You can see around the vehicle in front of you. You can see cross traffic better. You can see potential hazards earlier. And remember, habit number 2, space is protection. Offset stopping is simply space used smartly. Here's another detail many riders miss. Good riders keep the bike in first gear at lights. They don't shift to neutral immediately. They hold the clutch. They keep the rear brake engaged. They stay ready. That readiness is quiet. No drama. But if something changes suddenly, they can move instantly. And here's the bigger picture behind these first 5 habits. None of them require advanced skill. None of them require extreme lean angles or high-speed control. They require awareness. They require small adjustments. They require consistency. Now think about this. If you assume you're invisible, leave space everywhere, slow down early, watch wheels instead of faces, and stop offset at lights, how many common crash scenarios have you already reduced? Left turning cars, rear end collisions, sudden braking, blind spot merges, rolling vehicles at lights. That's not coincidence. That's preparation stacked on preparation. And we're only halfway through. Because the next 5 habits are even more subtle. They're not about positioning, they're about body control, vision control, and mental control. And 2 of them quietly separate riders who just survive from riders who stay consistent for decades. Let's continue. Habit number 6, good riders relax their arms. This sounds simple, almost too simple, but tension causes more problems than most riders realize. When riders feel stressed, rushed, or pressured, they grip the handlebars tightly. Their elbows lock, their shoulders rise, their wrists stiffen. And when that happens, the bike cannot move freely. Motorcycles are designed to balance themselves when allowed to move naturally. But tight arms interfere with that. Every small bump feels bigger. Every small wobble feels unstable. Every minor movement feels dramatic. Good riders keep light hands. They support their body with their core and legs, not by hanging on the bars. Their elbows stay slightly bent. Their grip stays soft. Their shoulders stay down. And here's something important. Relaxed arms don't mean lazy control. It means controlled input, smooth throttle, smooth steering, smooth braking. When your upper body is tense, your inputs become sharp. Sharp inputs upset the bike. Upset bike creates panic. Panic creates more tension, and that chain reaction builds fast. But when your arms are relaxed, something changes. The bike feels planted. Steering feels easier. Cornering feels smoother. And that calm feeling reduces mental stress too. Here's a simple check you can do mid-ride. Ask yourself, am I squeezing the bars right now? If the answer is yes, soften your grip. Shake out one hand briefly on a straight road. Roll your shoulders once. Breathe normally. Those small resets can change the feel of the entire ride. Now let's move to habit number 7. Good riders look where they want to go. Not at the problem, not at the curb, not at the pothole, where they want to go. This is one of the most powerful habits in riding because motorcycles follow vision. If you stare at a guardrail in a corner, your body stiffens and the bike drifts toward it. If you look through the corner to the exit, your body relaxes and the bike follows your eyes. This is not magic. It's focus. Your hands naturally steer toward what your eyes lock onto. Good riders train their eyes to move early. Before entering a turn, they look through it. In traffic, they look far ahead, not just at the car in front. On the highway, they scan patterns, not just brake lights. Here's something many riders miss. When you look far ahead, your brain gets more time to process. More time means smoother decisions. Looking close creates late reactions. Late reactions create sharp inputs. Sharp inputs create instability. But when you lift your eyes and look farther down the road, everything slows down mentally. You feel less rushed. You feel more in control. And control reduces mistakes. Now let's talk about something that quietly causes crashes, especially in groups. Habit number 8. Good riders ride their own pace. They don't chase. They don't prove. They don't compete. If someone rides faster, they let them go. If a group sets a pace that feels uncomfortable, they back off. Pressure is one of the biggest hidden dangers in motorcycling. When riders feel pushed to keep up, they override their comfort zone. They enter corners too fast. They brake late. They rush transitions. And that's when small errors turn into big ones. Good riders understand something very simple. There is no reward for keeping up. There is no prize for riding beyond your skill. There is only consequence. Riding your own pace means entering corners at your comfort speed, accelerating when it feels stable, passing only when it's clean and clear, letting faster traffic move ahead. This habit protects ego from making decisions. And ego has caused more crashes than road conditions ever have. Now we move into one of the most important habits on this list. Habit number 9. Good riders constantly plan escape routes. They don't panic. They prepare quietly. At every moment, they know where they would go if something went wrong. At stoplights, they know which side is open. In traffic, they know which gap is safest. On highways, they know where the shoulder is. Behind large vehicles, they know their next move. They are not overthinking. They are simply aware. Here's why this habit matters so much. Most panic comes from surprise. When something sudden happens and your brain hasn't prepared, you freeze for a split second. That split second matters. But when you've already noticed your escape options, reaction becomes faster. You don't need to invent a solution. You already saw it. This habit becomes automatic with practice. You glance at mirrors regularly. You notice space beside vehicles. You keep track of traffic flow. You are not riding in fear. You are riding with awareness. And here's the key difference. Fear focuses on what might go wrong. Awareness focuses on what you would do if it did. That difference keeps your mind calm because you feel prepared. Now think about how many crash videos you've seen where riders say, "I had nowhere to go." Good riders rarely say that because they almost always have somewhere to go. That quiet preparation prevents panic swerves, hard braking, and last-second mistakes. And finally, habit number 10. Good riders never stop learning. They don't assume mastery. They practice slow speed control. They practice emergency braking. They review close calls honestly. If something felt uncomfortable on a ride, they ask why. Not to criticize themselves, but to improve. They might adjust tire pressure. They might adjust body position. They might take an advanced riding course. They might practice in an empty parking lot. They treat riding as a skill that evolves, and that mindset prevents complacency. Complacency is dangerous. It makes riders ignore small mistakes. It makes them assume experience alone protects them. But skill fades without attention. Good riders stay curious. They stay humble. They understand that learning never ends. Now let's bring everything together. Avoiding crashes is not about being fearless. It's about stacking small protective habits. Assume you're invisible. Leave space everywhere. Slow down early. Watch wheels, not faces. Stop offset at lights. Relax your arms. Look where you want to go. Ride your own pace. Plan escape routes. Never stop improving. None of these habits look impressive on social media. None of them are flashy. But together, they change everything. They reduce panic. They increase reaction time. They remove pressure. They create control, and control creates calm. Here's the resolution I want to leave you with. Good riders don't wait for danger to react. They prepare before it happens. They don't rely on luck. They rely on habits. Build these into every ride, not sometimes, every ride. And over time, close calls become rare. Confidence becomes steady, and riding becomes what it's meant to be, controlled, smooth, and long-lasting. Ride patient, ride aware. And I'll see you in the next one.